got one with this one, Melody.
What's going on, y'all? Skyye Lyfe is back in the building. We back in the building. Time to do another one. Get another one on the map. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is well. Let me get my glasses. Okay, let me see. It's still a lot going on. How y'all doing? Let me see. I don't even see my comments. Okay. I need somebody to come out the bushes and say hello. I need to know. We always got somebody new. I said we got some new subs. Hi to everybody. Today we're going to do podcast style. Y'all, sometimes I shake it up. I do podcast style sometimes. And sometimes, you know, I show my face. But the hate is so real. I don't like to show my face too much because they just get so jealous of me. Justin Shelton in court. What's going on? I need somebody to go get Diva Divine Light. One of the ops of y'all go get Diva. I need somebody to go get Diva. Hey, y'all. She said, I heard you on Data Live last night, this morning, Skyye. Okay, yeah, I was over there. Looking handsome in the pic. Yeah, I was over there on Dana Live last night. I came after the end. Oh, thank you, Court. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I went over there at the end and had to say a few things. But I came back today because I know it's some more people that might want to come up and say something. So I want, you know, we had a few people come up last time and say their piece. I mean, either about the book, what's going on in his court trials, whatever you all want to come up and say. I want my platform to be available for you all to do that. He said Dana had, yeah, that was a good live last night. That was a real good live. And I really, you know what? I should play some clips from that. I'm trying to think. Well, I want to see him. Let me drop the link because I want to see if y'all want to come up and say something. Let me do that first. And we'll just play it by ear. Most of the time I come on here and play it by ear. You know, let y'all control the flow. All right. Also, we had some people that have reached out to me in the comments. If you are here, come through. Come through and ask your questions. Everybody's welcome, as long as you got some sense and you ain't retarded and you know how to deliver your message. But somebody go get Diva Divine Light. Hey, Diva! Y'all, Diva one of the ops. But I like Diva. I want, because you know what we need? Or if there's somebody from the Kel sector, I need somebody who read the book or heard the audio book to come on here and tell us what was said in the book. Okay? I'm not buying a book, so that's not gonna happen. Hey, Lady Earth B, I didn't, and because I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm about to set up a membership, and then I'm gonna put it behind the wall. You see what I'm saying? Because if they think they just about to leech off me, especially after the episode that just happened, it's over with. It's over with. So I'm gonna put it behind the wall. Now, if they want to pay me to come and get in my business, you see what I'm saying? Give me a tip. You see what I'm saying? They gonna have to tip me out. But they done messed it up for everybody. But I'm gonna try and figure that out. I'm just gonna do one level because I think you could do one level of membership. I'm gonna do one level, so it ain't gonna be no crazy fee for everybody. But that's what we gonna talk about it. And then later, everybody, you can come in and ask questions. And yes, but we are that live is still pending. That we still gotta do that one. And that one is gonna take us a minute because we gonna have a chance to break it down. And just try and put it together. Because of course, like I'm not saying everything that he said that he told me was true. Now I'm a fool, but I'm not a goddamn fool. So yeah, we get to break that down. But I am gonna try and get that done this weekend. It shouldn't be complicated because with YouTube they kind of watch you. They kind of watch you through the They walk you through the steps of setting stuff up. So it should be cool. Okay, so I put. Hold on, let me try and pin it. Give me a second. But the link is in the chat, y'all. And let me speak on that briefly too. Because I was on Dana's channel last night and they were talking about that. People feel like when you in opposition to someone that you're not supposed to have a conversation with them, or if you're against a person that you're not supposed to talk. I totally don't believe in that theory. Everybody can handle things how they want to handle them. I am y'all know I am hood, but I'm also a professional, okay? And when you are trying to do an assessment on something, you have to get all of the information, okay? So, how are you doing an assessment on something and you don't have all the info? It doesn't make sense. So, and sometimes that information, other people have it. Okay, now why is this? Why I can't even? They're not about to do me like this. Hold on, y'all. They trying to get me where I can't see my. Okay, here we go. You need to know I like to change up the backgrounds and stuff. So yeah, how do you make an assessment and you don't have all the information? And sometimes those people on the other side or people in opposition to you or just other people that you don't know have the information. So I want to know what's going on. I'm gonna be willing to get it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got the right to move how they want to move, but I'm also a human being. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a child. I can see the humanity in anyone. Okay, the human being in anyone. Um, I'm not asking you all to forgive him. I'm not asking you all to like him. I'm just asking you to listen to what he said. And we put this stuff together, okay? That's it, that's all. But we're not gonna be ignorant. You know what I'm saying? I don't like an ignorant person. Like we got some people that's just ignorant. They wanna get half the information and I want to ask y'all that too. That's my first question. That's my first question. Yay! We got J Rock in the building. What's going on, J Rock? I'm gonna give you the flow while I pin this up.
What's good, Skyye Lyfe? What's happening with you?
Nothing much, just maintaining.
Uh, aren't we all?
Trying to. We trying our best.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw the message I put in the chat.
Okay, hold on.
When I said what up to you, and I was actually in the middle of listening to Dana's the replay of Dana's live because I call like the beginning part of it.
Okay, wait, give me 1 second. Let me respond to Justin. No, he didn't come on my show. I spoke to him. Dana allowed me to speak to Angelo. So that's what happened. So that's what you missed. But go ahead, J Rock.
Yeah, I was just saying because I actually thought I missed a lot of it, but I actually didn't miss a whole lot. I was actually like in the beginning part of it, but he was on and stayed on for so long, and it was late. I said I had to get up and get ready to go to work the next morning. So, and I looked up and I said, "Damn, that live went over 4 hours."
It was? Oh wow. Okay.
That live went over 4 hours.
Yeah.
And the fact when because first off, Sharon had already called in, and then
Okay.
not too long after that, Kip showed up.
Yep.
And I could tell you the one thing I could, and like I said, I haven't listened to the whole live. I think I'm probably about an hour and a half in.
Okay.
Live.
Okay.
So I still got a long way to go.
Oh, it's powerful. Because I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you, Kip got on there and we haven't heard Kip talk ever that long. He'll come in and do a cameo and get out of there. But him speaking, and we actually, because Dana gave me permission to play it, and I do have more time this weekend. I don't have to deal with the foolery. So we could just play that. We could play Sharon stuff. And I mean, he spoke about how he was in the studio with Kels and Michael Jackson. Like that's the real MJ, you know, and how Kels produced every song and did the music. I mean, he really gave a good human factor and human view of Kels. That's why I really enjoyed it. I
Yeah,
really
he did. He really did. But the things I did catch up on, Kip actually said a couple of things that confirmed what I said last time I was on your live. Because like I said, I'm on my lunch break now. Remember when I told you about that article that was written by Vibe magazine?
Yeah.
In regards to the same year that the Bulls won the NBA Finals.
Yep, you said it. Uh-huh.
And it talked about the house that he had. Kip confirmed everything about the house. Actually, Sharon confirmed it because she said, where was Rob's room? Do you remember when you came in and you saw the Shark Tank?
Yeah, to
And
the
I
left. Yeah.
and I mentioned in that live in the article that was written that it was that there was a Shark Tank that was built in the house, but he couldn't really maintain it because it kept eating the stingrays.
You did say that.
It became a problem.
Uh-huh.
Also, brought up the point, well, because I guess according to Kip, the house was a firehouse also, but I do remember it was a church. And Sharon remembered it was a church, but he said, okay, well, it might have been a firehouse, but then it was converted. It was a church, but then it was converted, to Rob's home. And he also,
where was this at? Just I don't want to interrupt because I don't even remember this. Where was it at?
The one thing I remember was it was in the area of Chicago called near North Side.
Oh, up north. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
That's where the house was.
Okay, near north. Okay.
Now, I do also remember, and Kip also confirmed this as well. He said Kip was with R.Kelly around 10 years, from 94 to 2004.
Mm-hmm.
Anything within that time frame, he was there. He knew everything, every major studio session, every major production, everything that he worked on. He was there within that 10-year time. Anything outside of that, before that, he can't confirm. He can't confirm whether or not. But anything within that 10-year time frame, yeah, he was the man. He was there in the middle. He pretty much saw everything that went down. So he talked about the tour in '94, the very necessary 12-play, the 12-play very necessary tour that included Salt and Pepper, which so happened to be the same tour that R.Kelly was on in Lafayette, Louisiana, when that little incident happened. Which I think is very funny because people don't bring that up. And I think they're scared to bring it up because if they do bring it up, the whole narrative about R.Kelly is going to crumble. Because your whole him seeking out to try to find him seeking to try to get next to underage girls narrative would be completely and utterly destroyed.
Yeah, well, that's the narrative. That's what they want to stick to. the P word monster. That's what they want to stick to.
Yeah, so how you gonna so and even Demetrius Smith, oh my god, that dude. Um when he brought up talked about, well, when Rob was on tour, he was always when he was on tour, then that incident happened and Lee was in trouble. That's why he went back to Chicago. Mm-mm. Nope. Because I tell people all the time, when R.Kelly left, his tour stopped for one reason and one reason alone. It was because of that incident in Lafayette, Louisiana. When he left and flew back to Chicago, that's why he went back.
I think you said that on the last line.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's why he flew back to Chicago. And the fact that my brother and my sister-in-law went to that concert when he came back.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
I already knew. When Demetrius Smith said that on that stand, I knew he was lying. Off top, I knew he was lying based upon that alone. He said, "Well, we stopped the tour because we was in Orlando, and he flew from Orlando to Chicago, and that was when no." Because Kip said when they went to Orlando, they actually did that. One song they did, "The Storm Is Over," and the Fiesta remix was all done in Orlando. Even the videos that was shot was in Orlando. But see, those songs, that was at TP2.com. That was 2000. This incident was in Lafayette, Louisiana. This was in 1994. And I went back to Spitting Fires Live because she got her page on the Mib on Rumble. So I went back to the testimony of Demetrius Smith and listened to that again. And Demetrius Smith was giving the government hell on the stand. It was almost like he wasn't even the government's witness anymore. He was actually the defense witness. The way he was acting.
Yeah, they said he was like being combative and like he wasn't cooperating.
Hell yeah, he was being combative. He was being combative. He was being very difficult. And then when I was going over the transcript, when she was going over the transcript on it, you notice how the judge would try to step in and try to slide in little statements to try to aid the prosecution when Demetrius Smith was on the stand.
You said the judge was?
The judge was.
Oh wow!
I'm telling you.
Not
go on Spitting Fire Rumble page and click on Demetrius Smith's transcript, the Demetrius Smith testimony, the truth about Ali and R.Kelly. You're gonna see that whole thing. I think there was a part 2 that she hadn't uploaded yet, but that part 1 is up right now.
Now this is from the Chicago Federal.
Nah, that's from the New York.
Demetrius was part because it was Aaliyah because it was Aaliyah with the bribery, bribery charge.
Right.
Boom. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one that was in New York. Because remember it was Judge Ann Donnelly.
Yeah, but remember I told you all when they set up a big case like that, they make sure they have all the players involved. If you think about it, and that's why my position is what it is, the way they came after him. And Sharon mentioned it again, in regards to how the Me Too movement came and froze his assets, how the whole world was publicly saying that he was guilty and never even had the trial. And they just built up this whole thing against him. Then we got the documentary coming in. You have the what else was they doing here? I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
Let's let me go ahead and draw a little bit more context also too. Shout out to Kip for saying this also. Now, I did not know this. Kip told me that when they was on the TP2.com tour, he said that tour generated $40 million.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
That tour, and I was like, wait, what? And Kip saw my comment. He said, J-Rod saying $40 million. He said, yep. That tour generated $40 million because he said that they would actually go on a tour, then get a request to go back to a certain city to do another show. And they get called back to do another show. From when they left, they go back and do another show. I don't know, but I think he said they went to one city about 2 or 3 times on that tour. I want to say it's Detroit. I don't know. I gotta re-listen to that part. But he said that generated $40 million, and then they had to go back and do multiple shows in a couple of cities.
Just big money.
Because they kept requesting and asking them to come back.
Yeah, that's big money.
I was like, ooh, damn, 40 million. And keep in mind, this was 25 years ago.
Yeah.
So that 40 million now could be every bit of about what, 60 to 65 today?
Absolutely. I mean, R.Kelly, that's the thing. R.Kelly's talent is not under debate. I'm not ever going to get in a debate with anybody about his music ability and his talent and his skill. I mean, that's just, if you can't see it, and if you're not man or woman enough to identify it and admit to it, it's nothing for us to talk about. You know, you're not even coming from a fair stance. Nobody has ever said he can't sing and he's not talented, except a pure hater,
Would you like for me to go ahead and bring up one particular individual that's trying to make it seem like his ass is Milli Vanilli?
Oh.
You don't know?
No.
There's a guy out there. Yeah, I'm going to say his name. By the name of Gerald Griggs.
Hold on. Is he on YouTube?
He may not be on YouTube, but Gerald Griggs is part of the NAACP. Matter of fact, he's probably the president of the Atlanta branch of the NAACP. The same Gerald Griggs, who's also is closely affiliated with a prominent pastor in Atlanta by the name of one Jamal Bryant.
Oh, God.
Now, he has come out and said in a previous statement, it's public record. Also, he has come out and said that R.Kelly's 30-year career is basically a front being used to try to engage with underage girls and young black men.
Okay, let me hop in right there real quick. That statement right there, that's what I told you guys in the last live. That is what the prosecution presented as the reason for the RICO. Okay, that's the oh my God, I don't know what they called it. The indictment statement that R.Kelly created a label, a R&B label, in order to attract young girls in order to jump off them. That's the exact same thing. That is the basis of the indictment for the RICO trial for R.Kelly. But go ahead.
Right.
That's where he's getting that from.
Right.
But he believes it, okay? And to believe it...
Keep in mind, not only does he believe it, here's the ironic part. The man is a civil rights attorney. So my question is, why would a civil rights attorney turn around and be involved in a situation when you're clearly undercutting the rights of an innocent black man at this point?
Because he's a hater. I don't know if you understand this about people, but for some of us, we've summed it up. If you're a man and you don't like R.Kelly, and especially somebody that's denying his talent, you could feel the way you want about the rest of it. But if you're at least denying his talent, that's letting us know you was ugly and you didn't get no trim when you was younger. You're jealous of him.
Right.
That's just it. That's just all. But go ahead.
Right. But No, I get it. I understand what you're saying in regards to that. My thing is, it's not just that. It's also the fact that he also launched a brand called Mute R.Kelly, right?
Oh, he launched that?
Yeah. Him
Okay.
and a couple other prominent people. I don't know who the other chick is, but I know one of them is a chick by the name of Kimyette Barnes.
Okay. Okay.
They launched Mute R.Kelly. So you using this man's own brand against him at that point?
Yeah.
And then, oh my God. Then you got the Lifetime Network. No, I ain't say Lifetime. I said Lifetime. I'm very deliberate when I say that.
Right.
So you got the Lifetime Network. Truth means zero. You can verify with that. Truth means zero. You can take the 3 letters. You know what that stands for. And then you got and then you got constant bullshit this morning. So between them three, no wonder R. Kelly is having so much hell in regards to media attention.
Now you saying trouble in regards to what? What do you mean?
The whole narrative that's being used to be pushed against this man this whole damn time for 30 years. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that this man has been raked through the coals in such a way that I did not even think could be humanly possible.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you think,
Everything in his situation has been unfair and unjust. Every single thing.
do you know? Think about it like this. Charles Manson hadn't even been treated like this. Name me the most notorious serial killers or so-called R-worders. None of them have been treated to the level of R. Kelly has been being treated.
But see, let me jump in right there real quick, because people think that this is just about this whole thing with these quote unquote minors and kids. And let me say also, everything on this channel, all commentaries alleged, always, every day. This is about attack on masculinity. Okay. Now, a lot of people are too naive and stupid to just take a look at what was happening then. Now that you moved R. Kelly off the scene, and boom, what you have now. I said this back when it was happening. I was like, it's a smoke screen, people. They trying to get you to think Kels is a monster. Kels is doing these things to quote unquote kids. It's not true. Look at what is happening, the agenda, who's pushing the agenda. You got these feminists and these women pushing the agenda. And now look at what we got. Everybody zesty. Everybody questionable. Everybody DL. Okay?
Yeah, but
well, go ahead.
You know what else too? If you really look at it, like I said, I told a few people this a long time ago. Hell, I sent a copy of some of the transcripts to some people I know, and they have been absolutely shocked. They've been stunned. They were like, why has none of this ever been come to light? And so the reason why it hadn't been come to light, because they don't want it to come to light.
Now you talking about the stuff happening outside of court, or
with the everything from the book, everything from the documentary or the thought-documentary, as you put it, and everybody else who's been piggybacking on trying to throw their own little stories, trying to get a little shine, a little 15 minutes of fame. They're all feeding from the same trough.
Yep, that's right.
Right. And if you really want to get technical about it, let's really think about it this way. They always say, because you just said it, they talked about, well, that he did all this X, Y, and Z to all these other individuals. And yeah, it's a distraction. I call it the Trojan horse. This is a Trojan horse, what they're doing. because they trying to sell you that this is about young black women and girls. I said, I kept saying all the time, if it's supposed to be about young black women and girls, why has every move that has been strategically made against this man been centered around this man's music catalog?
Yep. That's part of it too. Now that's the cusp. Always the money. I would say my point of view probably would come in like maybe a third, in third place, second or third. But yeah, that right there is number one.
Yeah. Yeah, because it is, if it's supposed to be about young black women and girls, why is every move that's been strategically made been centered around this man's music catalog? And people talk about, what are you talking about? What do you mean? What I mean is this: all this bullshit that been happening to R.Kelly did not start happening until 2017. And 2017,
312. Hey, peasy. Go ahead.
Yeah. And in 2017, his first recorded album, national album, was set to celebrate its 25th anniversary that year, which was born in the 90s. It had already celebrated its silver anniversary by then. That's when it all started. Go back. Every single news story, every single documentary, hell, every single court date. Take a look at his albums on the date those albums were released, and go down the timeline to each and every single event between 2017 and now. I guarantee you're going to see at least 1 to 2 anniversary dates of the albums that's going to coincide with the moves that they've been doing.
We with you. Go ahead, keep on cooking, keep burning. Because I know you got to go back to lunch. I'm letting you talk.
But I'll even give you, I'm not going to go over all of it, but I'm going to give you one. And it's probably going to be the biggest one. But 2017 was when Born in the 90s was set to celebrate its silver anniversary that year. Fast forward to 2018. What did the Lifetime Network introduce? Surviving R.Kelly. Now, they said Surviving R.Kelly was supposed to come out. Originally, it was supposed to come out October of 2018.
Okay.
Because they had a press conference and they talked about it. They pushed the date back to December 1st, which was then when it was supposed to been shown in a live theater. Then you got a subsequent gun threat and everything else happened after that. Then it got pushed back another month to January 2018. I'm sorry, 2019. And then that's when it premiered. Now, it moved it from October, and then they moved it to December, and then went to January. What month falls between October and December?
November.
And did you know that in November, R.Kelly had not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 albums released in the month of November over his career.
Y'all get the lights up. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
In fact, those 4 albums were consecutive albums. 12 Play, the self-titled R.Kelly, the R double album, TP2.com. All 4 were released in the month of November. Different years. 12 Play, November 1993. Self-titled R.Kelly, November 1995. The R double album, November 1998. And TP2.com, November of 2000. All 4. And all 4 were multi-platinum albums. So the question is, so why wouldn't Lifetime Why would Lifetime skip the month of November to put Surviving R. Kelly? Because Lifetime didn't want to be too obvious to show the fact that they're coinciding their move to go right along with that man's music catalog. And you got 4 multi-platinum albums in that very month of November. Hell, matter of fact, if you want to get real deep, November 2018, 12 Players already celebrated its silver anniversary, 25th anniversary. The R Double album celebrated its 20th anniversary. R. Kelly, the self-titled, already celebrated its 20th anniversary at that point. And TP2.com was getting ready to celebrate its 20th anniversary in just 2 years. I told people they played y'all like a PS5 on Christmas Day.
It's loaded. That's really loaded.
Yep. Well, like I said, I just wanted to come in, drop my little spiel. I could go way deep if I want to, but I ain't got time to do it.
Oh, I know. We know you can get deep. That's what we love you coming on, because you bring some history to this stuff. But thank you for coming in. You welcome anytime. You know that.
Yeah. All right. But I'm going to holler at you.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that was J Rock. Long-time certified Kel supporter. Brings the history, brings the knowledge, brings the throwback. I'm telling you, because you guys got to understand, a lot of people were R. Kelly supporters and fans before all of this happened. And they got knowledge on R. Kelly. I wasn't a fan of R. Kelly. Because, it's weird. In my city, we think we celebrities, y'all. So we not really, he was the king of R&B. Yes. The people was bumping his music. Yes. But we all feel like we was great. We got common sense. We could see these people. You see what I'm saying? We could touch these people. So we weren't like, oh, it's R. Kelly and Common and, Twister and all that type of stuff. We kind of viewed them. It's weird. We kind of viewed them as regular people, in a sense. But yeah. So the link is pinned at the top. Can somebody go get Diva? Can somebody go get Diva? Okay, let me see. 312 in the building. AP's in the building. What's going down? I was never right. It wasn't ever about young girls. Senator Sane was talking about this as well years ago. R. Kelly was diagnosed by the top in the world as diagnosed to not be a pedo. That's right. And not have those tendencies. I mean, but you know what, Vaughn girl? That's also common sense. Okay. The ops use the pedo word because it's sensational, and it sensationalizes him. If you actually look up what the word is, pedos like kids, real kids that are prepubescent, meaning they have not reached puberty. Okay? That's why I tell you guys, words are very important. So if you just go and look it up in the dictionary, you will see that. So for the simple fact that R. Kelly talked to grown women, and that's another thing. That's another myth that people want everybody to think, oh, he only like young teens or young girls. Not true. It was some 35-year-olds that was trying to play like they was duped. Okay. And not only that, let's go back to what really happened. Okay. In the Reshona case, R. Kelly knocked down Sparkle, even though she denied it. R. Kelly knocked down the mama, even though she ain't claimed and said, yes, I did it. And they said it was another person, a sister in there now. So, I mean, and then also some of the other accusers weren't minors, okay? young teens. So that's what I'm saying. Let the facts be the facts, but it's all about reading comprehension. Go look up what the word is. And if you study, because I'm gonna tell you, once when this began, I started looking into this. These real P words, I'm talking about it's people that kids that they've kidnapped, and once that kid hits puberty, they release them. Okay, they set that kid free because they are disgusted by that. That is like something that they really don't like. They do not like no like mature adult, because that's when you reach puberty, that's your maturity. Okay, whether you guys like it or not, that's the biological process of all this. Once you reach puberty, your body's saying, okay, you are now able to produce a child. Okay, whether you like it or not, whether you think the age is proper or not, that's what that is. You can never change that. Go holler at the scientists, okay, and argue with them about that. I'm just telling you what I learned in school, and then I learned, looking things up, going to dictionary. But they like to use that P word, Vaughn. Because they like to be, it has a certain effect, but you sound ignorant. Every time I hear a person say that, you sound real ignorant and stupid and dumb, and you also sound naive, because either you don't know what's going on with the R.Kelly situation. I'm not even gonna say the case, because what happened in the trial is not everything that happened in his situation. Okay, let's put that on the floor. What happened in the trial is not everything that happened in his situation, because a lot of the evidence was not brought into the trial, which he didn't have a defense. The prosecution, that's what they say. Oh, well, the prosecution provided evidence of this, that, this, that, this. Yes, they did. Because guess what? That was their job. Okay? That was their job. The defense team, which R.Kelly had no defense, was supposed to bring exculpatory evidence to provide a defense for him. And all of that stuff that was not brought into the trial is relevant. I don't even see how some of you educated scholars are able to say, oh, and I made an assessment based on my clinical and bop, 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 bop. How did you do that? Because anybody who's educated in any type of way, tap the door, any school, especially college, you cannot do a proper assessment without all of the information, people. Okay? So how are you giving your best theory and your best clinical assessment and you don't have all the information, or you're negating the fact, or you're trying to diminish the value of the information that's out there? You can't half do it. Okay? You can't just say, oh, I'm going to just look at everything the prosecution presented and go by that, knowing that it's a lot of stuff out here on YouTube, knowing that it's a lot of stuff, that a lot of interviews that are being done. Even Sparkle. We haven't seen Sparkle in a minute. I've been carrying the theory of she told her to sit on R.Kelly lap. Sparkle says no, so somebody's lying. You can't just not assess that, and you can't take that information data out of the equation. Okay, not if you're trying to do a proper assessment on this whole thing. People could pick and choose how they want to do it, but for me, I have some type of integrity, okay, and I would like to have it all in. Exactly. That kitty chick was so, yeah. Oh, that's what I'm saying. They was grown trying to get a check. That's what I'm saying. They want to work the sad APZ of, okay, she was a minor, so she didn't know. And then this other one, the grown ones, oh, she had Stockholm syndrome. She was grown, but you know what I'm saying? If but for, they put an if but for on it. Oh, but he still put some magic pixie dust on her, and she didn't know what she was doing, and she was 35 and 40 years old. Nah, sucker, you gotta pick a side. Either he's manipulating the kids or he's manipulating these big grown adults. Like, I mean, y'all just let anything play out. I swear to God. His real wife, who had 3 of his kids, wasn't underage. Exactly. His wife wasn't underage. Like, I swear to God, y'all just come with anything. I was about to say, if I'm correct, the camps themselves appointed those specialists to evaluate. The courts appointed them to evaluate R.Kelly, and I tell people it's in court documents. They acknowledge she's not a PDF. And can you send me that? I need some. I'm trying to think because I don't think I got the mitigating report. I didn't see that because I do actually want to go over that mitigating report. But I mean, yeah, not only was that part of the court, and I believe it was Bonjean is the one that had the therapist. Was that Bonjean? No, I'm thinking about a different trial. I'm thinking about something else. Or maybe that was in the PL. For some reason, I want to say Bonjean had him go see, had some therapists sit down with him. I don't know why I'm thinking that. If it was about young black girls, you don't hear a verb about no young black girl that's in a real situation. No, you don't. No. That's what I'm saying. Everybody in the world wants to think that, oh, they concerned about these little black girls. They not. They not. It's in Chicago, and we know better. I'm telling you, I said it. I said Illinois before, but I'm saying go to Chicago. Look up the PDF registry, and you could peruse the whole city. But I want you to specifically go to the area called Inglewood and see how many PDFs over there and see what they doing. Okay. If they cared about young girls, you wouldn't have a population like that. You would have some resolutions going on. Y'all need to just stop it. Just stop it. The Judge Donnelly blocked a lot of the defenses. Yes, she did. Judge Donnelly blocked a lot of the defenses. Kel's old defense was literally finding out as they go. Yep, Judge Donnelly set the tone for that and blocked audio line coverage that was available. Yeah. Judge Donnelly is the reason why the parents didn't get brought into the trial. The link is pinned to the top. If somebody else wants to come in and speak. They found sidewalk participants to pay Lai and state he groomed me for years. Absolutely. Matthew of Inner City Press consistently challenged Judge Donnelly, and he would know he covers all trials in NYC. Judge Donnelly blocked audio line coverage in that court building for sure. Wow. I'm not shocked. I'm telling you, I am not shocked because they did him in. People want to act like there's the real conspiracy, conspiracy is how they did R.Kelly and took him down. That's the real conspiracy. And it's sad. It's real sad. Let me see. Oh, wait. Say the judge also to stop calling them little girls. The judge also to stop calling them little girls. They were grown. That's right. That set the tone for the one-sided press coverage. Oh, yeah. But I remember some of the people from the Cal sector said that they went up and talked to the media and asked them, why are you saying the disgraced R&B singer R.Kelly? And they said that that's what their, I guess, bosses or publishers told them to do. So you got to understand the media controls the outcome of most of this stuff, because who said R.Kelly was disgraced? I saw somebody post that the other day. I'm like, who said he was disgraced? Who's claiming that? And he's disgraced about what? That's y'all lingo. And they all said the same thing. As soon as I turned on a news channel and I heard that, click them, got out of there. Because I already know the rest of your commentary is about to be a bunch of crap and something that they paid you all to say. And that's why I no longer watch the news. Okay. I might get some bits and pieces if there's something about a true crime or something like that. But I don't watch them when it just comes to all this other stuff. It's sad because they can no longer be trusted. No journalistic integrity. Even Mr. Byron at the time aired outstream media outlets for their biased coverage. Yep. They only covered the prosecution side. Yep. That's it. But I mean, in all fairness, he really did have no defense. But I do remember when R.Kelly was getting a couple ups, they didn't pronounce it on the media. None of it. I don't ever remember anything positive about them saying, "Oh yeah, the defense team came in and were able to show this." Never. I didn't see any of that. Okay, you saying I was either Bongine or Canic. Um, in the industry came not the woman in the industry came to say Kels did anything to them. How's entourage brought those into his life? What is that? The whole how's entourage brought the hood boogers into his life? I don't know what you're saying on here. Hey, what's going on? What does it say? There's Sam McGee Jones. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. The reason the late Judge Wemming, I can never say his name, Lemingweber, gave Kells a concurrent sentence because based on court documents, they admit no minors was ever involved because the juror's verdict he had to sentence him. I don't debate with the go along, get along. I send them this page and two others. Folks over concerned about some broken bum dangling off of trunked up stories for a financial gain. As long as green was going, it was all good until it was. That's right. Once the money stopped, you know what I'm saying? That was really it. And I don't ever admitted that the trial was not about minors. Even in and Dolly and Living Weather even admitted that the trial was not about minors. They never want to speak on his choir date. Is that conflict with the Libin? I can't even never say that name. Okay, let me see. He said, "Do we need to mention Ann Donnelly called the Chicago judge also?" Oh, she did. What to taint his opinion? Well, but they gotta be on the same page. You know, they all work together. They work in concert. It's nothing is separate. Okay. Now let's play. Okay, this one will be short too. We're gonna play. Let me go here. We're going to play. I got permission to play Sharon Wimbush's life. Oops. I did not mean Osborne. We're gonna play some videos. I like playing videos and stuff. Okay, before we get out of here, this is another quick one. Okay. Let's start with that's part 3. That says part 7. Hold on, I'm gonna have to go to her videos. All right, the link is in the chat. Somebody wants to come up. Let me find. Okay. And y'all, the devil's being busy. It won't even let me get to my It won't let me get to the rest of my background stuff. I don't even know why. Let me see if I move it and bring it back. I want to put my other clip up there. Let me see if I move this over. Okay, move that. The devil is busy, y'all. I'm missing a whole video section. And I don't know why. Womp womp. I can't play my you talk. Why are you doing this? All right, well, let me go ahead. Let me play this. I'll be in the background playing with this thing. Yeah, trying to make it where I can't see the star. Okay, share. All right. I could look on this screen and see. All right, go back. Okay, hold on. I need to make it big. Oh, wait, hold on. I want to introduce her page first. Okay, so boom, boom. Okay, hold on. Now, this is the part I need to get right. I don't need to be on the screen. Matter of fact, nope. I think this is it. Okay, you all see here, this is Goddess Sharon. This is her page. Make sure you go over there, like and subscribe. Miss Wimbush was the nutritionist for R.Kelly. And I believe she states the dates and times in the videos. Okay. So we're going to do I forgot what they call it, a review or something of the contents. All right. Goddess Sharon. All right, let me go back. I might be able to make it bigger over here. Okay, this is part 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, we'll I don't even know if it's in order, but this might be it. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
When the interviewer asked Reshona about Sparkle, you could see the discomfort in her face, the disdain. She hasn't spoken to Sparkle since Sparkle leaked the tape. She can't stand Sparkle. But I thought the name of your book was Who's Watching Shorty? Auntie was trying to watch Shorty. Auntie was looking out for Shorty. Auntie was trying to protect Shorty. Why you ain't talking to Auntie? Why is Auntie not talking to you? Why do you two still hate each other after all this time? You said you are now a victim. She is the person that sounded the alarm. You all should be having a back. Shorty ain't speaking to Auntie. Auntie ain't speaking to her sister Val. She ain't speaking to Shorty. And y'all still throwing darts at each other. And Sparkle is saying, you do is hurt me and think that everything is.
And let's stop right there. That's an interesting dynamic, y'all. Why are y'all still fighting? Okay. If what the outside public is saying isn't true, then I don't know if you put that in the book, but what's the real beef between you and your family? And it's definitely about Kels now. Okay, we already know that the beef is about Kels, but what is it? Is y'all mad because the one sister jumped off, or you let them all jump off? Like, what is the beef? Like, I mean, was it crosses being thrown? Clearly, somebody threw some crosses, but I mean, I think the public has the right to know what happened and what really happened. Who threw the first cross? Like, what happened? That's the part I don't like. You want to try and get some tear jerkers and some tears from us, but tell us because I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm the type of person, if you tell me the truth, I'm gonna respond genuinely, okay? But if I feel it's a whole bunch of lies and stuff going on, there's no way, I might have some sympathy cards for some of them, but you're not coming with the truth. All right, let's keep going. Why are they fighting, y'all? Why is her family fighting? Okay, let me forward this because I don't want the music to. Okay.
Sparkle was the aunt that tried to save Reshona. She was the one that sounded the alarm. She is the only one that was speaking out. Why would Reshona throw her under the bus? She stated in court and in her book. Sparkle is the one that told her to sit on his lap, rub his head, and ask him to be her godfather. The reason she is throwing Sparkle under the bus is because all of these females were fighting over R.Kelly. Sparkle, her sister Val, and her niece Reshona all wanted R.Kelly as their boyfriend. Val, which was Sparkle's sister, Reshona, and Sparkle were all in love with R.Kelly. They were all.
Okay, time out. How you a victim and an abused victim, and you fighting amongst your kinfolk for cows? And how was your niece abused and a victim when you fighting her, jockeying for the number one position with cows, y'all? This stuff just don't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. But she cooking.
Fighting over R.Kelly, and Sparkle was jealous that Reshona came in at 17 or 18 and started fucking her man. She was pissed that her sister Val was going to the studio fucking her man. She brought her family around. So Sparkle just decided then she was going to destroy everyone. She gets with Barry Hankerson. All of a sudden, a tape is released. She says, "That's my niece." She sent Child Protective Services to the studio when Reshona was 17 or 18 years old and reported some type of abuse. But they didn't do anything with it because Reshona was of age. So, to our knowledge, to my knowledge, to the FBI's knowledge, Reshona didn't get involved with R.Kelly until she was either 17 or 18 years old. The tape was recorded when she was either 17 or 18 years old. If that was her at all, no one could authenticate it. And the age of consent in Illinois is 17. There is no verification, there is no proof that anyone in that tape was younger than 17. She is the only one that could have said it was her and what the age was. And she denied it until they offered her $14 million. Then all of a sudden, yes, that's me. Yes, I was 14. But she said,
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. If the feds come knocking on my door tomorrow and be like, "Was you on the R.Kelly tape for $14 million?" y'all gonna be like, "Skyye Lyfe is crazy to hell." I'm gonna say yes, it was me in the tape, and I'm gonna take the $14 million. I'm gonna take the free Section 8. I'm taking it all. I'm gonna take the book deal, y'all. I promise you. And I'm just gonna have to say sorry, y'all. But I'm taking it for the 14. I'm sorry, kids. I love you. I put some money in your books. I'll wipe you down. But I promise you, I'm gonna say I was in the tape. I was in the tape.
she's 5 feet tall. And I guess at 17, you would have been a little shorter. The name of her book is Who's Watching Shorty? So her nickname is Shorty. She's a very petite girl, like Stephanie Mills, like Jada Pinkett. At 17 or 18, of course they could look 14, 15. I began working in R.Kelly's home early 1998.
Okay, listen. Sharon Wimbush was R.Kelly's nutritionist. She was actually in the home. Okay. And this is her rendition of what happened with Reshona. Listen closely. She lived in the home with R.Kelly. Okay. She visited the home. I don't know if she lived in the home. I can't remember, but we gonna let her tell her own story. Listen.
Of course, they could look 14, 15. I began working in R.Kelly's home early 1998. Joanne was a newborn. That's why I can remember that. I met Reshona very soon after I started working for him. She would come by once a week because she was doing shows, recordings. She was in a group. And her mother somebody in her family would drop her off in the morning, and she would be there until Robert could work with her in the studio. So she was always sitting at the kitchen counter. I was his nutritionist at the time, preparing meals. She was always on the phone with her mother. I've spoken to her mother many times. I knew Sparkle. So I have an inside perspective, more knowledge, more that I saw, more that I heard than the public does. I'm a lot more objective when it comes to this story. When Sparkle was bringing her family around Robert, she thought she was going to marry him and be the face of Rockland Records, and she was going to be the Diana Ross to his Berry Gordy.
Everybody wants the number one spot, y'all. That's the nature of females, okay? So while Kale's got all these women around him, that's the part that he never was able to figure out. They might be doing the go along, get along, like, yeah, her and I kicking, but deep down, we plotting. We plotting to figure out how to get that other girl out the spot so we can have the number one and only slot. Some of us will even be happy with the number one slot, but some of us want the number one and only spot. Okay, we ain't trying to share it. But listen up.
She did not know he was married with a child. When I worked for him, she came by the house one day with a see-through skirt on and black panties with another female. Robert showed him around the house. They went up to the bedroom and didn't come out. And I was there hours and they never came out. The only thing that was in the master bedroom was a king-size bed, a refrigerator in the bathroom.
My Lord. What was they doing in there for hours, y'all? Whew, one can only imagine.
And maybe a chair. So whatever they were doing with another female, Robert showed him around the house, marry him and be the face of Rockland Records, and she was going to be more objective when it comes to this story. When Sparkle was bringing her family around Robert, she thought she was going to marry him and be the face of Rockland Records, and she was going to be the Diana Ross to his Berry Gordy. She did not know he was married with a child. When I worked for him, she came by the house one day with a see-through skirt on and black panties with another female. Robert showed him around the house. They went up to the bedroom and didn't come out. And I was there hours and they never came out. The only thing that was in the master bedroom was a king-size bed, a refrigerator in the bathroom, and maybe a chair. So whatever they were doing in there, they were doing on the bed. When I worked for Robert, one day I was barbecuing and I needed matches. So I looked in the dining room drawer, was feeling around for matches. Something scratched my skin. So I was pulling it out so that it wouldn't scratch me. And it was a stack of pictures. I looked through them. It was Sparkle on a bed in a hotel with multiple women. All they were wearing were black panties, and they were intimate pictures. They were all over each other. So when Robert did the album Black Panties, I thought that was funny because I had seen Sparkle in black panties several times. In his 2008 trial, it came out that Berry tried to pay a woman to lie and say that she was underage when she had sex with R.Kelly. And then Berry is the one that announced he had a tape coming out that would ruin R. Kelly. That's what Daryl McDavid, Robert's manager, stated under oath. R. Kelly's manager also testified in court. Barry Hankerson was offering 10,000 to other females to lie about sex with Kelly. He was out to destroy him. It also came out in court that Sparkle was daily calling child services to get them to investigate her niece, and that she had a vendetta against her family, her sister, her brother in law, and her niece. It came out in court, listed in court transcripts. Barry Hankerson and Sparkle, Reshona's aunt, were the first to get the tape. They had it in their possession. If they knew and believed that the female in the tape was Reshona, a 14-year-old who was the niece of Sparkle, and Barry Hankerson knew her, why would they release that tape into the public?
Exactly. Why would they release that tape into the public? And we just saw the video on what was it, the live before last, where Sparky said she loves that family and willing to die about it. You gotta, it's not adding up.
Why would they put that out so that it could destroy R. Kelly? Because you were also putting your niece out there. I don't believe the female in the tape was Reshona. I don't believe Sparkle or Barry Hankerson believed it was Reshona, because I don't think they would have put a tape of a 14-year-old Reshona who was Sparkle's niece and Barry knew her, that they would release that into the public just to ruin Robert. So the fact that they're the ones that put that tape out and they did it to ruin R. Kelly says they knew it was not Reshona. What I do know is these females were fighting over R. Kelly. Sparkle was already in a relationship with him. Val, her sister, started going to the studio and having sex with him. And Reshona, when she became of age.
Wait, what? Say what? Sharon, what you say? Who was going to the studio with Kels? Wait, back it up.
Fighting over R. Kelly. Sparkle was already in a relationship with him. Val, her sister, started going to the studio and having sex with him. And Reshona, when she became of age, got involved with him.
My Lord. My Lord. Kelly was knocking them down, baby. See, that's another reason, y'all. Okay. And they'll never admit it. R. Kelly was knocking a whole lot of women down. And you gotta understand, not only are men jealous about that, but there are women that are jealous about that too. You know, they get offended, you know. They looking at R. Kelly and he shouldn't be there, but that's the life of a celebrity. That's just not the life of R. Kelly. That's also the life of any man with money and means, okay? And if he puts himself in the right position, in the right light, he gonna get just as much peach as anybody else. But you mean to tell me, say what, the mama? You telling me Reshona mama? But that also came out of court too. Reshona mama was going to the studio, getting knocked down. Also by Kels. R. Kelly, the king of the jump outs. Let's go, Kels. Let's go.
There is no verification. There is no proof that Reshona is the person in the tape. And if it's her, you cannot determine her age. The tape came out when she was 18 years old. Robert said he was carrying those tapes in his bag. He went to play ball at Hoops, which was this gym in Chicago. And this guy, General, broke into his locker, stole the bag, drove it to New York, gave it to Barry Hankerson. And it wasn't until Aaliyah died that Barry Hankerson released the tape to destroy Robert. Barry Hankerson was responsible for doing the deal with the Best of Both Worlds with Jay-Z. And Robert wouldn't pay him because Robert felt Barry had been stealing from him. Sparkle's sister Val went by the name Susan in court, and it came out that she was going to the studio having sex with R.Kelly behind Sparkle's back. It also came out in court that when Reshona was 19, she was having sex with R.
Wait, what? Ew. And look at the pic, y'all. R.Kelly don't give a damn. He was knocking them all down. He don't care how you look. Listen, people, listen.
Robert felt Barry had been stealing from him. Sparkle's sister Val went by the name Susan in court, and it came out that she was going to the studio having sex with R.Kelly behind Sparkle's back. It also came out in court that when Reshona was 19, she was having sex with R.Kelly and his wife. Sparkle wanted.
What? Hold on. What came out in court? What did Reshona testify to? Wimbush? What?
Reshona was 19. She was having sex with R.Kelly and his wife. Sparkle wanted all.
Oh, not Andrea Kelly, the high-profile dancer of the world. You mean to tell me she was also sleeping with Reshona? Is that what Reshona testified to? You mean to tell me Andrea was doing threesomes? Now, was it when she was younger? Okay, the minor baby. I wonder if she was older. My Lord. The plot thickens, y'all. That's what I'm telling y'all. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. It's so much that we got to look through and so much on the table to decipher through. My Lord.
Off her label with Robert, they had a big meeting out at the Hyatt by O'Hare Airport. It was Sparkle, her mother and father, her sister Val, her brother-in-law Greg, Reshona, R.Kelly, and his manager Barry Hankerson. If this is a business meeting, why are your parents there? Why is your niece, sister, and brother-in-law there? They had a big family feud because Sparkle found out her niece Reshona was fucking R.Kelly. Her sister Val was fucking R.Kelly. He was married, and she had been doing menage a trois groups. The tapes were stolen from Robert and delivered to Barry Hankerson. Sparkle and Barry Hankerson would have never distributed those tapes to the public or sent them to the news media if they knew that was a 14-year-old Reshona who was Sparkle's niece and Barry Hankerson knew her. They would have sent it directly to the police. They would not have wanted to put her niece out in the public like that. The fact that they distributed it to the public says it was either 17 or 18-year-old Reshona, grown, and Sparkle was jealous, or it was someone that looked petite and they were going to call it Reshona to destroy her family and R.Kelly. Robert is not serving 30 years because of the Illinois trial with Reshona and the sex tape. He's serving 30 years because of the New York case with the RICO and racketeering. The judge in the Illinois case with Reshona and the sex.
Wait a minute, time out. And I will rewind it. You mean to tell me that the girl got some snaps too? She got some snaps, Section 8. I heard they held on the money. What? I'm mad about the food stamps. I think I'm more mad about the food stamps than anything. Run them snaps back. We need them. And this right here that you said, okay, let me see. His real wife. I had to jump in because y'all, I'm looking at someone just put up there when the parents sent her back after writing the letter. That's what we're going to talk about behind the wall. I asked him about that specifically because y'all know that's my Achilles heel. That stuff I need to know about. I doggone it. I can't find it. Okay, but let me go back. Let y'all keep listening. I'm reminded because I was talking.
R.Kelly and his manager Barry Hankerson. It also came out in court that when Reshona was 19, she was having sex with R.Kelly and his wife.
Okay, she said 19.
Sparkle wanted off her label with Robert. They had a big meeting out at the Hyatt in by O'Hare Airport. It was Sparkle, her mother and father, her sister Val, her brother-in-law Greg, Reshona, R. Kelly, and his manager Barry Hankerson. If this is a business meeting, why are your parents there? Why is your niece, sister, and brother-in-law there? They had a big family feud because Sparkle found out her niece Reshona was fucking R. Kelly. Her sister Val was fucking R. Kelly. He was married and she had been doing menage a trois groups. The tapes were stolen from Robert and delivered to Barry Hankerson. Sparkle and Barry Hankerson would have never distributed those tapes to the public or sent them to the news media if they knew that was a 14-year-old Reshona who was Sparkle's niece and Barry Hankerson knew her. They would have sent it directly to the police. They would not have wanted to put her niece out in the public like that. The fact that they distributed it to the public says it was either 17 or 18-year-old Reshona, grown, and Sparkle was jealous, or it was someone that looked petite and they were going to call it Reshona to destroy her family and R. Kelly. Robert is not serving 30 years because of the Illinois trial with Reshona and the sex tape. He's serving 30 years because of the New York case with the RICO and racketeering. The judge in the
Bingo. Please understand that, people. The media and the whole world and all these stupid commentaries. What's that guy on Drink Champs? He the biggest R. Kelly hater. He can't do a interview without bringing up R. Kelly name. What is that boy name? I can't even think of it. Big lips, big head, greasy face. I can't think his name, but he's the biggest hater. The RICO. A lot of you all don't understand R. Kelly. They created the RICO, which was R. Kelly. Their theory was R. Kelly created an R&B label so that he could entice young women so he could jump off them. Okay, that was their theory. A racketeering, a one-man RICO. R. Kelly was indicted with a one-man RICO. Yes, the same as the John Gotti and all these violent killers. Okay, they completely changed the form of the RICO and they changed the everything about it. They took it from, yes, the whole purpose of the RICO was to take down the kingpin and all the people working with him, to now we're not even going to indict the people that we think are the enterprise. We're going to let the enterprise walk and we just going to try and take down the kingpin. But how you got an R&B singer with a RICO? A fake conspiracy and a RICO. But okay, let me keep going. I just wanted to piggyback on that. R. Kelly got charged with a RICO, people, in New York. Racketeering, influence, and corrupt organization. I believe that's what it stands for. Okay, let's go. We almost done.
Illinois case with Reshona and the sex tape looked petite and they were going to call it Reshona to destroy her family and R. Kelly. Robert is not serving 30 years because of the Illinois trial with Reshona and the sex tape. He's serving 30 years because of the New York case with the RICO and racketeering. The judge in the Illinois case with Reshona and the sex tape basically told Rob in his sentencing that he thinks this is bullshit. He did not award $14 million restitution, And if Robert could get out of New York on the appeal, he could walk out of jail because he gave him 19 concurrent and eligible for parole in 3 years. At that point, Robert had already done 3 years. The judge was saying, get out of New York and you can walk up out of here. This was bullshit. We're sorry we inconvenienced you.
What the hell you talking about? You better be careful what you say to me.
Sing, Kel, sing. Let me see if that's the end of it. So, what do you guys think about that? And let me say this right now. I'm going to give y'all this nugget right now. Yeah, I'm going to drop this nugget right now. The rest of it we're going to do behind the wall. When Kel sent Azriel home, he found out her real age and her parents sent her back to Rob. Okay, so let's set it up. For those of you who do not know, the Clarys, those are the ones that you saw on. Matter of fact, let's see, can I pull that up? Give me a second. I'm gonna put surviving. Can I put the documentary in there? Would I bring it up? Surviving R.Kelly. I don't even want to type that in on my computer. Okay, now I must have put in the wrong thing. Hold on. For those of you who may need a pick, trying to find y'all a pick. Hold on. Let me try it again. Done contaminated my whole computer. Surviving VIV. I'm slow or something, y'all. I can't put the stuff together. Why is it not coming on? Okay, wait. Here we go. All I'm trying to do is get some pictures. Let's see. Let me just go to Google. I'm going to just put in. Hold on, y'all. www.google.com. All right, here we go. I'm going to say pics of Angelo Clary and wife. Let's see what comes up. I want the picture from Surviving Lives, though. Okay, boom. This might be it right here. Oh, yeah, this will work. Okay, here we go. And I'm looking at how Angelo's sitting. He is not comfortable at all. Okay, hold on. I'm about to share this screen. Okay. Is this it? Paramount Press? Okay, boom. So, you all remember this. You all who, everybody, every argument about Kel's is about surviving lives, and you all believe everything in the documentary was true, okay? So these parents, let's see if I can make it bigger. These parents here are the star witness, who was Azriel Clary. This is Angelo and Alice Clary, her parents, okay? So via the text messages, which people want to discredit, there was a conversation Basically, it's a document that proves that it was a CON conspiracy and that the parents had the daughter lie about her age in order to get close to R.Kelly. Okay, which parent is still under debate, still under argument. And what I'm looking for also is somebody that is willing to come up and read. And if we can have two people read the text messages, somebody play the mama, somebody play the star witness, and we go over them. Okay, and that way people could actually see the information that was not brought into his trial that is very pertinent, showing that he was set up. Okay, the parents in the text messages had this young lady lie about her age and to get close to R.Kelly. R.Kelly basically said, "How old are you?" The mother, who was actually the one talking to R.Kelly, said that she was 18. Okay, so R.Kelly proceeded to put his Mac down, shoot his shot. Then months go by, he done hooked up with this girl. All commentaries allege, this is what the paperwork is saying, and what she testified to, that she had an extra relationship with him. They get to the zoo in Chicago, and she finally decides to tell him her age. She's like, "Well, I'm only 17 years old." The paperwork says that R.Kelly smacked her from Kentucky all the way to Hawaii. I'm lying. It says R.Kelly smacked her, okay, after hearing that, after she told him her real age. She ran off and hid. Was this in Lincoln Park? I think it was downtown in Lincoln Park Zoo. She ran off and hid, then she came back, and then they was like, okay. He was like, "It's okay, we'll get it worked out." Okay. At that point in time, R.Kelly allegedly sent the girl back home. Okay. Now, at that point where he sent the girl back home, I asked Angelo, I asked him, I said, the whole letter when you all sent her back and she was 17, why did you all send her back? And I'm gonna get a full story later on behind the wall, but he said that the basic premise, he's saying he said this before, so this is nothing new. He said that he didn't know that Valerie Payton was not working for Sony. Okay, so dang, where's the letter, y'all? I think I got the letter. Hold on, give me a second. Let me see if I could. Second. It's two letters. Well, let me finish telling the story. So they wrote a letter consenting for their daughter to go back with R.Kelly. Okay. When she was 17, very close to being 18. Okay. Because she had to start school. And that's the reason why she told him. Where's my R.Kelly file? I have it when we get behind the wall, y'all. I have it because I had to pull it up. Okay, so what do y'all think about that? He said that he did not know that Valerie Payton, he thought he was sending her back with a Sony executive, and that's why they wrote the letter, because she was close to being 18, and they wanted her to work with him to get a song, y'all. Get a song. Okay. If I missed any of y'all comments, forgive me. But I want to know what y'all feel about that. I want somebody to come up here and talk to me about that also. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? How do they live with themselves every day? I don't know how Kelly and my hurts for him. Now that makes a phone crash really suspect. Now, don't it? Alice Clary. What's up, Miss Missy? Let me see what it say. Missy John, what's going on? Welcome. Stop the crap out of Azriel in the what did you say? On in the shock reflex. All right, right. Oh, slapped. Okay, slap the crap out of Azriel in the shock reflex. Yeah. Cause think about it. That man probably had a flashback like, my Lord, I done went to trial for these underage girls. I even asked this girl how old she was, and she lied to me. Yeah, that was the next reaction. And she better be glad that's all he did. Like, he really could have panicked, you know? But I guess she was smart enough because she must have had her gym shoes on because she got out of there. They said she went in. Well, she said she went and ran and hid. Like, because I bet you that smack, she probably saw superstars for real. Okay, so, but yeah, that's what he said, y'all. But the question is that I didn't get, y'all. It's so much. See, because once I leak one thing, I got to leak the other thing. But I'm gonna say this: what we don't know is if at that point in time he knew. That's my question to y'all. Is there anything that we could show that at that point in time that he knew that she had allegedly already slept with R.Kelly? Okay. That right there. If y'all could find out anything, because I'm rusty, y'all. I don't have total recall like I did before. But that's what we need to know. Were the parents aware when they wrote the letter saying that Valerie Payton, they were giving Valerie Payton guardianship of their daughter, that, and there's another reason too why he said he signed that too. That's what we're gonna discuss behind the wall. Don't let me forget. I want to find this letter real quick. Give me a second. Skyye Lyfe, R.Kelly. Okay. I see some motions. I know I got the letter. Motion of acquittal, motion of new trial. The verdict. I know I got at least one of the letters. Illinois. No, it's not the Illinois Federal. It's the New York. That's a Chicago Kells Appellate Court. I don't see it in my list, y'all. I know I got that letter because I posted it. BOP violation. I don't see it. It should be in that little packet right there. Okay, but that's what we dealing with. All right. That's what we dealing with. Elvira, what's going on, girl? But the mom was letting ass. Wait. Was telling, because now my little screen is all messed up. Can't even see. Okay, let me see. But the mom was telling ass what to do with Kells way before the letter. Correct. Now, hold it right there. You see what I'm saying? If I leak one thing and we did not link the whole spiel, he already said before that he didn't know, and that was on Dana's Live, and I'm gonna try and get Dana to replay his first interview with him. I'm almost positive and sure he said he didn't know what his wife was doing, and I'll back up the rest of that. I'll fill in the slots. All right, y'all. So let me figure out how to do this. Make sure y'all hit the like button, please. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Oh, but these are the parents. I put that up for a reason. Those are the parents. I hope y'all can see them. That's Azriel's mom and dad. And it looks like they doing this interview with Gail. Yeah, stream y'all doing me dirty. You won't even let me get to my other videos. I don't know why. All right, so y'all, we got a quick one in. This is a part 2. And what we will do, let me see how to stop sharing. Okay, remove. All right, yeah, so that's what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with. And I'm going to fill that in, Alvira. I promise you. I'm going to fill that in. Because that, you guys, that was my Achilles heel. I need to know. What was that whole thing about? I need to know. And I was brave enough to ask. He could have cussed me out. He could have said whatever. But we had a cordial conversation. And I got some answers. I ain't get them all, but we going to put it together. All right, y'all. So I don't see anybody commenting or coming up. We're going to go ahead and close the ton out. We're going to come back again. I'm going to look for that letter. I asked Dana for the obituary, and we're going to play Dana's live probably on the weekend too, because I want everybody to hear what Kip said. It was great perspective on him being in the studio with Michael Jackson, y'all. That's legendary. That's just legendary. That's when you talk about one of the greats, you get no higher than Michael Jackson. Wrote music for Michael Jackson. Come on now. All right, y'all. So we're gonna get out of here. That was a part 2. Where's Diva? I'm gonna have to reply to her. Diva, come through. Diva sent me a reply in the comments. And we need anybody though. Anybody that listened to the book or read the book, did the audio book, please come over here and you can give us a rendition of what you feel it was about. Okay. That's anybody. If you want to talk about what was in her book, because I think Diva said that she did admit she took responsibility for having a relationship with him. That's a little vague, though. I need a little bit more sauce, Diva. Give me a little more sauce. So hopefully on the weekend, Diva might be free. Or anybody, again, anybody can come up here and tell us what was in the book. Okay? So the mom and dad knew the plan. They both fully they sat up there and ruined his man life. Had he not taken her to other states like Cali, he would have been good. 17 is a little legal age in Shy. Now I'm gonna tell you, Alvira put a clip on that too. Behind the wall, I got something to say about that too. About the 17 being legal age. He spoke on that too. Also, he reacted how he reacted after hearing about a leak. Yes, we're gonna play that. Yeah, Kip dropped some heat on Dana Channel. Yes, that's epic. How R.Kelly responded. Matter of fact, that's gonna be the topic, the title of the video. That's epic, y'all. How R.Kelly responded when he heard about the death of Aaliyah. That's epic. Okay. So I want to say something right here too. He's saying he didn't know Elvira. To my understanding, and when he says that, I believe he's saying he didn't know what his wife was talking about. Okay. And I will elaborate on that statement because I got more to add on that, but I ain't giving them Nathan. They gonna have to tip me. Okay. Want to get in my business, get in my video. It's a fee. Yeah. But that right there, Elvira. He said that before to us on I don't know if you all saw Dana's live where he did the first interview. He said that before. He wasn't aware. Now, you ops can go argue that down, argue it up and down. Have a good time with it. Okay. Don't forget my project that I told y'all to work on when y'all get to the campsite. Okay. Just in case you still over there bopping. Just in case. All right. Just in case you still over there bopping. Just make sure you work on the project that I had stated. Okay. Oops, I hit the wrong button. All right, y'all. So we about to get out of here. Don't believe the hype, y'all. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. But this, I want to close on this, and this is what I want to talk about next time. How do you do? And I couldn't even figure out how to do a poll, y'all. I could put a post up in my community wall, but I don't know how to do the poll yet. So make sure y'all look out for the poll. I want to know who are the worst parents. We're gonna do a poll. I might do I might do the Clares against the Savages first, and then we take that and then we put that against the other. You know what I'm saying? But what was I saying? I want to know, how do you dismiss? They don't want to call it evidence, okay, because it wasn't presented in the trial. That's technical. Okay, that's being technical about things. But what about being reasonable, being genuine, and being authentic and having some type of integrity to say that these text messages, along with other data, videos, and interviews that occurred outside of the trial that were not even able to be brought in by the defense or were brought in by the defense, are not valid? How was that not? Why would anyone think that way? Why would you think that that's fair just because something that did not happen in a trial didn't happen? I mean, we can go do a tally right now, and it's people that's been to jail and went to court, went to trial, and they can come up here and say, yeah, what happened in the court is not what really happened in real life. Because you have to remember, the prosecution is painting a narrative to get this person locked up. And they not dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's. They throwing some loops and some alley-oops and some ad-libs in there to get this person locked up. So how, as a smart, intellectual person, are you dismissing data and not putting it into the assessment? Why would you do that if you have integrity? It makes no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense to me. Okay, we're not going to call it evidence because it was not entered into the trial. Okay, we're going to split hairs. Okay. But it still should be reviewed. How do you not review that? I don't get it. How do you not review that? That's weird to me. All right, let me see our comments on the end. Miss Lady T, I need to know what was said. Okay, This is what I'm doing, Justin. I'm putting the matter of fact, I work on that tonight. I'm gonna work on because I'm setting up a membership. It ain't gonna be the big one. I'm gonna do it. It's probably gonna be like it's gonna be the mid-low one. Okay. Cause I know I know I drop jewels, okay. Even if they ain't life jewels, people want to try and discredit Skyye Lyfe and her life jewels, but Skyye Lyfe has achieved, okay. Whatever I done came up here and a person thought I was bopping about. Matter of fact, everybody could thought I was bopping about, but I have tangible evidence. Look that up if you don't know what that means. I have tangible evidence that I am a winner. Okay? Tangible evidence. And that's another thing that's going to happen behind the wall. If people have, because I know some people are shy, they might have questions to ask me. It might be a situation where a person's been in jail and they want to navigate their way out of that. It might be a person that wants to go from their job to be an entrepreneur. It might be any type of life situation. Now, I'm not no therapist. I could just give you maybe suggestions, if that's the proper word. Okay. Or we could just call it a Q&A. Okay. I don't have no type of therapy license, none of that. But I'm accomplished. I'm an accomplished person in society. Okay. Have I reached my maximum potential? Not yet. All right, but I'm accomplished. All right. It's a lot of things I know about. Okay. Now, wonder can anybody else say that? Sounds like a bop story to me. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna tell it all, Justin. But I'm gonna tell y'all majority of what was said. Not majority. I ain't gonna lie and say that. I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all got the right to know. She said, "I knew when I heard the story he was on peeing the lie. Oh wait, he was about to lie about what and how she got to the hotel, etc. He Elias got older. Well, I'm not saying he ain't, because 1 + 1 = 2, and if it don't add up, it don't add up. Because the judge was biased and she was for the prosecution. She was. All right, it's Miss Lady T. I'll pay for it. Oh no, see y'all. You know what? Y'all kind of got the brunt end of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was thinking, I was like, well, shoot, they all in my pot though. You see what I'm saying? Once they got in that pot, that pissed me off. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm now, yeah. And I appreciate it, because in that way I don't have to ask for no donations that'll, you know what I'm saying, keep me motivated to keep coming on, because you know time is money. My time is also money. Go ahead, Miss Lady T.
What up? What up? What up?
Nothing much. What's going on?
Yeah, so I know you're here talking about the Kales. My Kales. My bro.
Yes. Free to go.
You're free to go. Yeah. I mean, I believe the New York judge might be in some serious trouble.
Okay, why you say that?
I'm thinking, I'm just saying, I think she might be in some serious trouble.
Oh, that based on what though? Oh, here we go. Now see why the monster. See, you are the magic, Miss Lady T.
I know.
You came
know.
up here and now I can see my stuff. Thank you. Boom, here we go. Yeah. Go, Miss Lady T. Go.
Yeah.
Go, Miss Lady T. Okay.
I say, I believe the judge in New York should be in serious trouble.
Okay.
That's what I was saying.
You saying based on how she was carrying it in the court?
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, this is what I keep trying to tell y'all. They are all aligned. When they plan to come after R.Kelly, they had the plan to tamper with the jurors.
Mm-hmm.
They had which judge they was gonna pick for all the trials.
Yeah.
The documentary was already planned. These people were working in concert. But go ahead, let me let you talk.
And I believe the Savages and the Claries need to be locked up.
Okay. And why is that?
Cause you know they lied.
Yeah. But I'm saying I need you to talk. I don't want y'all to, because people have heard my opinion. I need them to hear
My
from the
opinion
subscribers.
is, the parents lied, and just about everybody lied on that documentary.
Oh yeah. Lying, telling stories, anything to get a check. It's pitiful.
Hmm
They did anything to get a check.
And also, I forgot what happened. What happened to them? Going. What happened to them? That the savages said they wanted to go see Kel. They like, nope.
Oh yeah. You talking about when Tim was bopping saying he was gonna go to the jail and all that?
And yeah, go see what happened to that.
I mean, and I don't even know, like, see, that's the thing. It's like they
I
say
said, whatever
stuff
happened
that
to
is
that? What happened?
because it don't make no damn sense. What
I
makes you
forgot.
think the
I forgot.
the
Kills. I forgot.
warden?
Kills don't want to see them.
No, it ain't about Kels not wanting them to see him. Do you think the warden is about to let you come up in his establishment and do an interview with Kels? They don't want
And they
he
not gonna let you have no cameras or no cam. They're not gonna.
right. You're
They're
not
not
bringing
gonna.
that in no jail.
And they're not gonna let you have no phones in jail.
Now I've seen back in the day when they did oh my god, I can't even think of the name of
Only
the
time
video.
they would do interviews like serial killer, something like that.
Yeah, and stuff like that. But I'm saying they don't even want R.Kelly to get no press. They don't want him talking because he's not gonna tell what you think he gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But then again, he might not even tell the truth because he's still under their control. But yeah, you're not about to set it up to go in there to talk about your daughter who wasn't even underage, who
Mm-hmm.
wasn't in the
Well,
trial, wasn't even
I want my daughter. I want my daughter.
right. Your daughter was an adult.
I don't know where my
And she
daughter
didn't
at.
want to talk to you. So you ain't about to go in no prison system. Like, all that just didn't even make sense. That's what I'm saying. They say stuff you got to know when people are bopping or not. Like, it's just retarded. I'm going to go into prison and check them. Okay. We
Oh,
waiting.
you think your daughter is in prison?
Right. New Black Panther was good. Yeah, that's crazy. You think they gonna let you in? Nope. She blocked them. Never let the parents in the trial. Because she already knew that was gonna blow the whole thing out the wind. Because there was one juror with some common sense that would have knew that if them parents was conspiring or even involved or whatever they want to say, sold their kids, whatever the heck it is with Kels, that would have completely shot their narrative. And anybody that was real in that courtroom would have said not guilty. Okay. That's how crucial them text messages is. And again, if anybody wants to come up and read them, I really want 2 people so we can read them. And then we can have an official record of it that could be shared, But I want to make sure it's done the right way.
Yeah. You know what? I still tripping about this Reshona book.
What about the book?
I still tripping off about the book.
Oh yeah, I mean a whole bunch of people.
So that's the reason why they got Kels in the hole because of that book.
No, if Kels is in the hole, it's because they have to protect him, and he might be under actual threat. We don't know what's going on. We only know what comes out in the media. But if you are a high profile inmate like R.Kelly is, it's their duty to protect him, even though they want to, unalive him. They have to act like they're doing the right thing. Okay? So they're gonna say, "Yeah, we put him in the box."
They need to get Jennifer Bojin back to Chicago and handle this.
Man, we got to figure that whole thing out because, she is so messed. She is so messed, y'all. But we shall see. So give me your last thoughts, and then we're gonna get up out of here.
All I gotta say is free Kels.
That's right. Free R.Kelly. Thank you for
Okay.
coming up. Much appreciated.
Okay.
And I will
You're welcome.
see you on the next round.
Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, he need a new trial. Both trials need to be new. Both trials need to be new. All right, y'all. So we about to get out of here. Thank everybody for coming. This was like a little last minute impromptu video. I try and sneak them in when I can. Again, my purpose is to give you all a platform to say how you all feel about everything that's going on in the R.Kelly situation. And looking for somebody to read the text messages so we can finally get that done. Look for the membership to be set up. I don't think it's going to be complicated. You know, YouTube kind of helps you do everything. A lot of stuff we're going to talk about behind the wall. That's what I was saying. If there's some questions that you all want to ask me, I am an accomplished public. Well, how should I put it? I am a what type of citizen, y'all? I am a tax-paying citizen, and I am a what do they call it? Y'all, I'm so sleepy I can't even think of the words to say. I'll come up with it later. But yeah, if y'all want to talk to me, come on behind the wall. That way everybody, you know, don't have to worry about the whole world talking. I mean, we probably gonna have some ops trying to sneak up in there. But whatever. Thanks for the tip, boo. All right, y'all. So see what y'all saying, and we about to get out of here. Yes, have a great day, everybody, and thank you all for coming. Stay sucker free. DTA, don't trust anybody. Listen to what's real, y'all. Listen to what makes sense. Okay, don't let people sway you into thinking. Think for yourself. Okay. There's a lot of stuff going on out here. All these sensational words people try to use that don't make sense, illiterate, poor vocabulary. You know, identify for what it is. You know, people like to embellish and all that, you know, but it is what it is. But we're going to come back and we're going to listen to the Kip video. We played one of, thanks for Miss Sharon Winbush allowing me to play her video. If anybody wants to talk about that, we can. And this, I think she has one more video over there that I saw that I want to play. You all go subscribe to her. And thank you. Everybody do me a favor, hit the like button. I truly appreciate, and y'all been doing good on the likes. I want to say that to y'all. I appreciate y'all hitting that like button. I really do. You know, especially even more without me having to say it. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Thank you guys for viewing. If you all want to come up, anybody's welcome to come up. As long as you are respectful, you are welcome to come up. And that's it. So, y'all, we're going to get out of here. As always, do everything in God's divine order. Do everything in the spirit of righteousness to ensure righteousness prevails. Skyye Lyfe loves y'all. And let me see what my video, see what my stuff is. All right. Skyye Lyfe loves y'all. Why is the comments still up there? Take that down. Go to the media. And we out. Free R.Kelly till the world blows up. You'll never be me. You'll never be R.Kelly. Only one can. All right.
one with this one melody.